Alright, we're back. So once the installation finishes, a new screen should pop up on your computer. This big black box here, this is called the terminal, the Linux terminal. This program here is going to give you access to some of the lower level functionality on your operating system. In particular, it's going to allow us to install Python and some of the libraries we need for this class. Beyond that, we're not going to use it too much, so I don't want to talk too much about it. So let's go ahead and check if Python's installed first of all. Python comes installed by default in most Linux distributions, so it actually should probably already be installed. So Python 3 you can access through the command Python 3, and you can just type that directly into the terminal here. And then we want to check the version to see if it's installed. So I'm going to type -- version and then just hit enter. So I get the output here, Python 3.9.2. That tells me it is indeed installed, and more importantly, it's Python 3. So there is another version of Python floating around out there called version 2, and it's an older version and it's completely different from version 3. If you happen to have version 2, which is possible, let me know in class and we can get you set up with the right version. You need version 3 for this class, so just keep that in mind. So Python alone is not enough for what we have to do in this class. We're in a statistics course, so we're going to generate some statistical graphs like box plots and scatter plots and things like that. So we need a library that's going to allow us to render images, JPEGs, which is not included in Python but by default. So we have to install it. And in order to do that, I'm going to type another command into this terminal here and break it down as I type it in. So the first thing I'm going to type is sudo. Sudo is the keyword for administrative privileges. Anytime you have to install something into your system, you need to do it as an administrator. So I have to sudo it. It stands for super user do. Super user is the same thing as an administrator in Linux. Then I'm going to type apt-get. Apt-get is the Linux package repository. It's a vast online library of software you can install. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell it install. So I've elevated to admin privileges with sudo. Then I'm referring to the Linux package repository and telling it to install the following program onto my computer. We are going to install a program called Python 3-tk. This is the image rendering library I was talking about. So if you go ahead and hit enter, you'll see some output here. It's going to grab the package from the internet, download it onto your computer. It might ask you if you want to continue, and if it does, just type capital Y, and then it should follow through. Alright, so now I have the graphics library we need. The other thing we need is a text editor, a Python text editor. We could use Notepad, but it would be nice if we had something with what's called syntax highlighting, which is very useful for learning Python. And the official Python organization, the Python Foundation, actually developed their own, they call it IDLE, the Integrated Development Learning Environment, which you can also install onto your computer. So in addition to the graphics library, we're going to now install the text editor we're going to use in this class. So same idea here. I'm going to elevate to admin privileges, call the Linux package repository, and then install the library Python 3-idle. So I'm going to execute that. It's going to reach out to the end. Oh, okay. They must have changed the package name. See how it says unable to locate package Python 3 idle? So they change package names from time to time. You can determine what the new package name is with the following command here. So just like we had apt-get, which is the Linux package repository, we can search that package repository with something called apt cache. So app cache is essentially a way to search the apt-get repository. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to type search, then I'm going to look for idle 3. Oh, there it is. Okay, so this is the package name. It's just idle 3, not Python 3 idle. So that's what we want to install. So let's go ahead and install sudo apt-get install idle 3. Alright, so now it's asking me if I want to continue. Don't know why it didn't ask me before, but... Okay, so now it's going to download all the packages and set them up on your computer. And, alright, now we have everything we need. In the next video, we're going to actually dive into Python a little bit more. So let's pick up in the next video.